What's up YouTube? It's Australia Duel Masters coming at you with another deck profile. So firstly guys, I just wanted to apologise for the lack of content recently. Our crew here in Australia have been taking a little break from the back end of last year. But I can assure you guys that there's plenty more exciting content coming your way for 2023. In the next few months, you'll see a number of duel videos coming up on the channel, which will be exciting. There may even be a seeded tournament on the cards if there is enough interest. Also, before we get into today's deck profile, I wanted to take a moment to thank all of our subscribers to the channel, as we've now cracked over 400 subscribers. We're now at 445 subscribers to be exact, which completely blows my mind. Your support has exceeded my expectations when I created this channel. I could not have imagined where we would be right now, so please, if you have any ideas, thoughts or content you would like to see us do, please share them in the comments below. So getting into today's deck profile, we are reviewing Tam's Smash Petrova deck. So he's a friend of our channel here, and this is the deck that Tam actually used to defeat Diabolical Drew in their tournament video series on Drew's channel. So it's a fun, diverse, explosive and punchy deck that is hard to stop due to its aggro strategy of multiple speed attackers and low cost creatures. If you're looking for a deck that is fun to play and has multiple win cons, then this is the deck for you. You can play this deck as aggro with low cost speed attackers, or set up your low cost blockers for a more drawn out game while you find your key pieces utilizing cards such as Magris and Misrius for draw power. So we start the deck off with 4 copies of Smash Warrior Stigrandu, which is a rare card from DN10, the Shattered Rainbow set. Obtaining 4 copies of Smash Warrior in English is incredibly difficult due to the limited card pool, and sellers not having copies of it due to Smash being a highly desired and collected card. So therefore, I'd recommend playing 4 Japanese copies if you're unable to obtain the English ones. So Smash Warrior is a great card. It's a 2-cost Armaloid creature with 1000 power that can attack untapped creatures, and whenever Smash battles another creature with over 6000 power, Smash gets an additional 9000 power until the end of the turn, which means Smash can take out most of the game's finishers, Bar King Tsunami and Billion Degree Dragon, etc. Next we have 1 copy of Rikaboo's Screwdriver. So this was teched in to deal with any pesky blockers. Rikaboo's tap ability allows it to destroy one of your opponent's blockers. We then run 4 copies of Aerodactyl Kuza, which is a 3-cost 1000 powered Armaloid creature that has power attack of 3000 ability. So when Kuza attacks, it also cannot be blocked, which is great. Next we have 4 copies of Hypersprint Warrior Ryuzol, which is a 4-cost 1000 powered Armaloid creature with speed attacker ability. So when Hypersprint attacks, it also gains an additional 4000 plus power. We then have 3 copies of Fists of Forever, which is a 1-cost spell that allows you to untap one of your creatures in the battle zone when it has won a battle that turn. The benefit of this is that it makes it difficult for your opponent to deal with your threats on the board, and the only way they can remove your threats is via hard removal. So if their creatures can attack untapped creatures, which isn't a lot of them. Next we have 4 copies of Sarius, Vizier of Suppression, as a cheap 2-cost 3000 power blocker to stop early rush attacks. We then have 4 copies of Magris, Vizier of Magnetism, which is a 4-cost 3000 powered creature that allows you to draw a card once Magris enters the battle zone. Next we have 4 copies of Petrova Channel of Suns, which is a 5-cost Mecha Dull Soul creature that allows you to give 4000 plus power to a race of your choosing. So as long as Petrova remains in the battle zone, those creatures will have plus 4000 power. In this instance, we will primarily be giving the power to the Armaloids, Guardians or Initiates. Another strength of Petrova is that it cannot be targeted, which means the only way it can be destroyed is by being attacked by a creature that can attack untapped creatures such as Bazagazil. This of course is assuming that you aren't attacking each turn with Petrova and leaving it vulnerable to opponent attacks. The other way is if you use Petrova to attack and it does somehow get blocked. If your opponent has a blocker, that's another way it can get destroyed. So for example, Petrova into Thrash Crawler. Thrash Crawler is always going to win that battle. We then have 4 copies of Mysterious Sonic Guardian, which is a great resource for ongoing draw power. As long as Mysterious remains on the field anytime you or your opponent summon a creature, you may draw a card. Next we have 4 copies of Holy Ore, either as a board wipe method attacking our opponent's creatures once it's cast, or as a shield trigger method to prevent any additional opponent attacks that turn. Lastly, we round out the deck with 4 copies of Pala Alesis Morning Guardian, which is a 3-cost 2,500 powered Guardian blocker. So Pala Alesis effect is that all of your creatures get an additional plus 2,000 power during your opponent's turn. When you couple this with Petrova's ability, it is near on impossible for your opponent to deal with. Your creatures just continue to get stronger and stronger. So overall, this is a highly fun deck to play and has a very high win con rate. In a lot of the playtesting that we've conducted over the months, it's only lost a handful of games. The only thing that I can really think of that this deck would really struggle against, given the various matchups and strategies it's faced, is heavy discards such as Cranium Clamps, Ghost Touches, etc. But apart from that, yep, I'd highly recommend you guys give this deck a go if you have the cards to build it. If not, consider getting some proxies and having a play around with it. So thanks for tuning into this video, guys. I hope you thoroughly enjoyed this deck profile. Comment below what changes you guys would make. Also, we have a lot of other Duel Masters content coming your way this year, so please subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our content. Lastly, a call out to our fellow Australians. If you're from Australia and you've seen this video, please join our Duel Masters Australia Facebook group, and as always, a link will be left in the description of this video. Thanks heaps, DM fans. Australia Duel Masters out.